Hi guys, welcome to AdamMcKola TV. I'm Adam. This is another spontaneous MUFC transfer talk, and it looks like Andreas Pereira is set to join Valencia in a season-long loan move, and that is according to Sid Lowe on Twitter. Now, Sid Lowe is usually quite reliable in regards to the information that he does get, and he specializes in the La Liga. In La Liga, you shouldn't say that, and La doesn't make sense, does it? But Sid Lowe specializes in La Liga, and he's reporting that it is confirmed that Andreas Pereira is on his way to Valencia. Now, whether that is permanent move or a loan move, he hasn't said otherwise. But I am assuming it is a loan move because so far this window we've heard Valencia have wanted Andreas Pereira. Jose Mourinho hasn't wanted to let Andreas Pereira go, so he's kind of been hesitant to give the go-ahead on the move. Spanish reports were that Manchester United had sorted the move out with Valencia in case Jose Mourinho said yes. So they firmed everything up, got the paperwork ready. And now it seems like Jose Mourinho has given the go-ahead for that move to be confirmed. Now, if it is as rumoured before, then this is a loan move. It's not a permanent move. If it is a permanent move, then I would really, really be worried by this because Andreas Pereira is a supremely talented player. But not only that, I think if it was a loan move, there would probably be a few more clubs in for him than just Valencia. So I think this is a loan move for Andreas Pereira. But Sid Lowe, the Spanish reporter, is saying it's confirmed and Andreas Pereira is on his way to Valencia. And from what I've read so far, I'm assuming that it is a loan move. Now, what are you guys thinking about this move? Do you want Andreas Pereira to stay or go? Do you want him to leave on loan? Is it the best move for him, just like Timothy Fosu-Mensah? Or after his season at Granada last season, where he tore it up, does he deserve a chance to prove himself at Old Trafford? Have we got the opportunity to allow himself to prove himself at Old Trafford? He's played in central midfield. We've got options there. He's played out wide. We've got options there. He's played in the number 10 position. We've also got options there. So you have to look at the options that Manchester United do have. And when you're looking at all of these options, you think, he's not going to get much football. But a player of his talent should be getting the opportunities. And for that reason, it'd be wrong to leave him on the bench. Now, I hope Jose Mourinho has an eye on bringing him back in the future. Because you hear about his loan move to Granada, and you hear that Jose Mourinho kept in regular contact with Andreas Pereira. So he clearly knows about this boy's talent. You've seen in pre-season, he played a number of times. Against Sampdoria in Matic's game, he started in the midfield with Matic and Pogba. And since we've seen Matic, Pogba and Mata, and I thought that would allow us to give him opportunities in the Mata position when we're playing more attacking football. But that hasn't come to fruition. And it looks like Andreas Pereira is going to Valencia on a season-long loan move, which would be really, really, really disappointing to say the least. But if I take my personal feelings out of the way for the player, it would probably be the right move for his career. Because whether or not his future lies at Manchester United, he needs to play football. Now, I think he's got talent where his future could lie at Manchester United, and I hope that he gets the opportunity to prove that. I hope his loan spell at Valencia is a successful one, just like that one that went when he went to Granada and he tore it up for them. I know Granada got relegated, but his performances were quality, and it'd be nice to see more from Andreas Pereira yet again, playing week in, week out for a better side than Granada, for a side that you wouldn't expect to be involved in a relegation battle, and for a side that should be fighting for those European spots. So if he's playing for a better Valencia side, playing with better players around him, you'd expect him to perform better and hopefully establish himself better and come back next summer with Timothy Fosu-Mensah and play for Manchester United. Because those two players that are going on loan or could be going on loan, Timbo's already at Palace, Valencia could be signing Andreas Pereira. When you look at this, those two are my favourite academy players at this club. Now, obviously, Marcus Rashford, but Marcus Rashford came out of the blue. Like, when I've been watching the youth teams and watching the academy, it's been Fosu and it's been Pereira that I've really wanted to break through at Manchester United. To see them both go away on loan, yes, it could be the best for their career, but I hope they're loan moves which see them return, and I hope it's not, the similar kind of loan moves we've seen Jose Mourinho do when he's been at Chelsea. But I believe in the talent of those two players. And I think Jose Mourinho does as well, from the impressions that I get. And when you hear about him, dragging his heels about this move and not being sure about letting Andreas Pereira go. It clearly shows that, you know, he does want to give him a chance at some point. So, yes, it's disappointing, but I think we need to, you know, just give him a chance. He needs to get a chance at Manchester United. It's that simple. He really does just need to get a chance at Manchester United. And if he gets that, I have no doubt he will be a success at this club because he is a fantastically talented player. John Gary Navida says, spot on, Adam. Feelings aside, Andrino needs games, and right now we are unable to give him that with our depth. And that's bang on. Beckham went on loan, but he only went on loan once, mate, for a short while to Preston North End. And then he came straight back to Manchester United and he played games. He was only there for a matter of months, not even a full season, I don't think it was. Should have loaned him to a Premier League club instead of Spain, says Mustafa. Mata plays on the right, says Bobby B, in a 4-2-3-1. He also plays deep. He's been playing in that midfield three with Pogba and Matic, although he's been further forward when we attack. He has been dropping very deep in that midfield three. Why would we give him 15 then move him on? Says Rajiv, it could be a sign that Jose Mourinho was unsure about the whole thing, giving him, you know, a squad number. He gave him a squad number, expecting him to stick around. And then he sat down with the player and decided maybe it's best for you to go on loan. So maybe it could be that. Bally Saw said he needs game. Welcome back, Adam. Thanks for the abundance of videos. No problem, WWE fan. I have got you guys covered. Thank God it's only a loan. If it were a transfer, I would have lost it, says Shoot Neutrality. Me too, mate. Me too. We've got 320 people watching at the moment. Can we get to at least 200 likes? Get hitting that like button. Get subscribing as well. I am 139 away from that 40k. And then we can set ourselves a new target for the end of the summer. Of the year, sorry. I was going to say the season. Then I thought it's not right. Season, it's, yeah. Then we can set a new target. Would love to see him given a chance this season, says Lava Man. Even Beck's got loaned out, so it doesn't mean it's the end, says Marco. Yes, mate, but it's a long time since Beck's got loaned out. And we're talking about Jose Mourinho, so we have to take into account his record in the past. Now, I have confidence in the sense that from what he's said about Pereira, what you hear about his thoughts of Pereira, I feel like Jose Mourinho knows he's a talent. I feel like Jose Mourinho knows Timothy Fosu-Mensah is a talent. And for that reason, I get the feeling that they will be back. But there's always that nagging doubt when someone goes away on loan that they may not be back at Manchester United. And because of that, you've always got to, you know, you're always a little bit worried when one of your favourite youngsters goes out on loan. What's your opinion on late, says Dan Gamer 13. My opinion is that Andreas Pereira needs to play football this season. Now, I was hoping it would be for Manchester United. But when you look at the team and the players that we are playing, he's not going to get many options in the midfield with Matic, Pogba, Herrera, Carrick, Fellaini playing there. Mata playing in a deeper position recently as well. He's not going to get much game time there. You look on the wide positions, yes, he could play left side, but again, Rashford and Martial seem to be sharing that position. We rarely play with a number 10. If we do, I imagine it would be Mkhitaryan and Mata that plays there. So when you're looking at all these things, it's going to be difficult for him to get game time. But his talent, his potential means that we should give him game time at Manchester United. But when is that going to be? So it seems like Valencia have been in for him for this loan. Manchester United have held off. Jose Mourinho hasn't wanted to let him go on loan. But then he's kind of reluctantly said, okay, you go on loan. Hopefully come back next season. And because then if you think about next season, when you look at it, Michael Carrick may not be here next season from the summer going forward. Michael Carrick won't be here, may not be here. There's always rumours about Marouane Fellaini, even though I know Jose Mourinho loves him. Then you're looking at, obviously, further forward, Mata. You know, he's not getting any younger. So you look at these players and you think we are going to need long-term replacements for these players. And I think in Andreas Pereira, he could potentially be that. But he needs to grow. He needs experience. And he's not going to get that at Manchester United this season. So maybe, just maybe, it is the right decision after all. Although I'm a little bit gutted, to be totally honest. I'm a little bit undecided on this one as well. I'm going to hit your comments up again now. Yes, SSJ, SHD Gamer. He benefited a lot from his last loan move. Sorry, the comments are moving quite quickly. Apologise about that. Clever that he let him go now, though, so that he can't be asked about it for 2 weeks, says Berserk. Alex House has loaned him out to a Premier League team then. Can Andreas take over from Mata when he decides to leave or retires? Mustafa, similar to what I was just saying a minute ago, mate. I do believe that could be the case. Did someone just say Andreas Pereira is 25 years old? What the fuck are you smoking over there? He's 21 years old. He's the same age as Anthony Martial. Now, players develop at different ages, but I think he had a great season in La Liga last season. And I think he showed great potential in pre-season for Manchester United. But I think it's just, you can't make decisions with emotion all of the time. You have to make clear-cut decisions, and you have to take everything into consideration. And I think when Jose Mourinho has thought, yes, I like this player. Yes, he is one for the future. Yes, I want to give him a chance at Man United. But then he's thought, realistically, when I take into consideration my objectives this season, my current squad, the players that are ahead of him in the pecking order, is it best for him to stay or go and get game time elsewhere? We already know he got a full season in La Liga, looked great for it, come on leaps and bounds. Another season for him at a better team in La Liga could do it justice. But I only think this move is the right move if Jose Mourinho sees a future and there's a path for him to come back to Old Trafford, whether it's replacing Mata, Carrick, someone in the squad once those guys move on or get older and they don't play anymore. I know Carrick's already at that stage, but there has to be a plan to bring him back into this team, because this player is supremely talented and we need to see that talent blossom at Old Trafford. We can't afford to let him go elsewhere. I believe if we were to let him go on a permanent transfer, the likes of PSG would be in for him, and other big teams around Europe as well, maybe like the Barcelonas, etc., because he's been a quality player. He is a quality player. And you look at Coutinho, and I think if you gave Andreas Pereira a season or two in the Premier League, there's no reason why he can't get to that level or above it. He is talented. So we need to get him game time. We need to get him experience. And this may just be the right decision, but I hope there's a gateway and a pathway for him to get back to Old Trafford and for him to get back into this Manchester United team, because if there isn't, then it's a waste of time. And it's really, really disappointing, because he is one of our best young players at this club at this moment in time. Hope Pereira does well at Valencia, says Man United for life. Jose knows what he's doing, says Kendale. McKola is a done, says Nixon, thank you very much. Just don't loan him to Arsenal, says Lana. Totally agree with you, fuck Arsenal. Imagine posting that on Instagram if he was at you. Posting what, mate? Don't know what you're on about. Look at Lingard, he went out on loan twice and he's come good at United, says Trini. Totally agree with you, mate. And Lingard obviously returned when he was around 22, 23. And that's a good point, actually. I can speak about a great memory of mine. After the Europa League final in Stockholm, after we finished fan camp, we were walking around the stadium, and we bumped into Jesse Lingard's dad, and I think his uncle as well. And I was speaking to them, and they were obviously buzzing. United had just won the Europa League. We were buzzing. And we ended up chatting for about 30, 45 minutes, just stood there. And I was speaking to him about Jesse's development and how much Jesse had come on at Manchester United and what for the future. And his dad said that when he was like 16, 17, Sir Alex Ferguson had said to him that Jesse Lingard will come good around 23 years old. And Jesse Lingard's dad disagreed with him. He was like, "Man, what the fuck are you talking about? That's not right. We want to keep him here." But Fergie sent him out on loan. Derby. I think he went Derby. He went Birmingham City definitely as well. Did he go Leicester? Or was it just Derby and Birmingham? But either way, he went out on loan. He had a few loan moves. And the loan moves went amazing for him. I remember when he went play for Birmingham, he scored 4 goals in his first game. And you looked at Jesse Lingard developing, and he did develop more later into his career. Maybe his stature, his growth, etc. He still had to come on, and he developed later on. And the same could be with Andreas Pereira. Yes, he has got all the raw ability, the skills, the tricks, the flicks, the set pieces, the passing, etc. But has he got the physicality? Has he got the stature, the fitness for first team football? Has he got all of those things yet? And I'm not sure what the answer to it is. Obviously, I don't know. I haven't seen enough of him in the first team for that. But I've definitely seen enough of him to know he's a huge talent. And I want to see that talent come good at Manchester United, because he's supremely talented. Bro, I just seen on Twitter, he said his agent has denied it. Is that true? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Where have you seen this? Can you tell me? Because Sid Lowe is usually quite reliable, hence why I'm sharing this information with you guys. So let me know where you've seen that and I'll check it out and see. Okay, it's coming from Johnny Schrager, right? So Johnny Schrager could be right, could be wrong. Maybe there's no official announcement yet. And maybe I'll chuck a question mark on the confirmed just for now. But as I was saying, Sid Lowe's reporting this at the moment. It hasn't been officially released by Manchester United, but he's saying the move is confirmed. He is covering the Valencia game in Spain. So maybe he's spoken to someone there. Maybe he's got the heads up from a Valencia official or something. So, because he's usually reliable, so that would confuse me. Gary Neville interview was good. He's not keen on Sanchez at all. Andres is home, says Ujwal. We still need a wide player, Silva. Vikash said, what's the point in loaning him out again? There's a clear place for him in the squad. We heard about why a loan is good for him a year ago. Why do it again? He should get games. There's your point. Can we stop talking about that moron, DT, please? Come on, man. Come on, just stop it. It's boring, guys. It's boring. Stop commenting about him, please. Sounds like Valencia are interested, but United only willing to loan. And better be only willing to loan as well. Yeah, I've seen Johnny Schrager's timeline. He clearly has sources at the club. Sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong. I know Johnny Schrager personally. I know he wouldn't put things out there just for retweets. And so he would have been told that. Whether his source is right, that's another story. Sources can be wrong lots of times. I mean, Steve's got his, they're wrong half the time. Johnny's got his, they may be wrong half the time. Loads of people have these sources and half the time they're wrong, half the time they're right. Throw enough shit, some will stick. But obviously, Sid Lowe is usually reliable. So what I'm assuming is he's spoken to someone at Valencia and they have told him that while he's out there covering the game, but you never know. What would your thoughts be? Do we keep him or do we let him go? What do you think to that? Do we keep him or do we let him go? I thought it was a permanent move. Who's told someone it's a permanent move? We're hearing a lot of conflicting stories at the moment, aren't we? It's all gone a little bit madness. Right. Yeah, so as of now, what it is, Sid Lowe is reporting it's confirmed. He's in Spain covering the Valencia game. Johnny Schrager, who has sources, but it may be wrong, it may be right, don't know, says there's no deal for Pereira to move as of now, according to the player's agent. But that could mean, as of now, it's not done, but it may be done tomorrow. As of now, it's not done, but the paperwork's going to get completed soon, and then it'll be complete. So I think there is some legs in this. I think there is some truth in the interest from Valencia. Valencia have been interested for a long time. And I was looking at Sport Witness a couple of weeks ago as well, and they were discussing the move too. And they were saying that in Spain, Valencia want to make the move happen. Peter Lim wants to make the move happen, although they were unsure whether it would. They knew it was a little bit of a risk because of how much Jose Mourinho wanted to keep him. Pereira is the heir to Mata's throne. I totally agree with that, Mustafa. He can play in his position easily. It's complex because he needs to play games, and he may have told Jose he wants to play, hence Jose changing his mind. Says Priscilla. Jose said from the beginning that if a player wants to leave on loan or otherwise he can. True story, Priscilla. Twanzebe should go out on loan too good in the 23, says Jack. Problem is we haven't got much in terms of 23 players, have we? I haven't got any sources, Albin. I simply take news from online and tell you my opinion on that news. So that's all I am doing. Unplug the fax machine, says Robert, and look on the bright side. He can go and show his class, says Gregory. So at the moment, guys, with Andreas Pereira and with this Valencia move, it all seems to be a little bit up in the air. What we do know is Valencia are definitely interested. Peter Lim wants to bring him to the club. What we do know is Jose Mourinho likes him and wants to keep him at Man United. But what we also know is that we've got a very big squad, and Andreas Pereira may not get minutes at Manchester United this season. So a loan move could be the best for Manchester United, Andreas Pereira, and for Valencia as well. Whether this move is confirmed yet or not, Sid Lowe, who is out in Valencia covering the Real Madrid game, who's out in Spain covering the Valencia game, is saying that it's confirmed. So whether he's spoken to someone at Valencia or not remains to be seen. That could be the case. Now you've got the likes of Johnny Schrager, who look, they've only recently started having sources in that, and sources can be wrong. They've got things wrong in the past. You never know. He's saying it's not confirmed yet, but he could have spoke to his source or spoke to Pereira's agent and said, "What's going on? Is this true?" And he said, "No, it's not true." But the deal could still be going ahead, and we're just waiting for that confirmation. So you've just got to bide your time, really. Wait and see what happens. But in terms of the move, if it happens, I think the move would be good for him to get all that experience. But if Jose Mourinho keeps him at the club, then I would be delighted with that, because that would mean Jose Mourinho sees a spot for him in this team. And if Jose Mourinho sees a spot for him in this team, we're going to get to see a supremely talented player, a player with an abundance of potential, and a player that can be a top player in the future, playing for Manchester United. So that's all I'm saying. Rohit says loan or permanent. Nothing is confirmed yet. All I do hope is that he does get a big fat. I hope it's a loan move. That's what I'm saying. But nothing's confirmed yet. In terms of 1 year left in his contract, didn't he sign a new contract under Louis van Gaal? Andreas Pereira signed a new contract for Man United under Louis van Gaal. Do you remember that? How long was that contract? Until 2018, with an option for an extended further year. So Manchester United can trigger that extension and keep him at the club until 2019. So although he does have a year on his contract left, Manchester United can trigger the extension and keep him for an extra year. So don't worry about his contract expiring. WWE fan says, will Pereira be another Pogba saga? It has the potential to be, doesn't it? But that's if he moves on a loan, on a complete permanent move. If he leaves on a loan move, I'm happier with that. If this is permanent, I'll be pissed, says Michael Van Geren. And that is pretty much the theme of the day, isn't it? If this is permanent, then we will be pissed. If it's a loan move, it may be the best thing for both clubs and the player. But if Jose Mourinho keeps him at Manchester United, then boy, oh boy, that is an amazing bit of news, because that means we get to see Pereira in Manchester United colours this season. So, guys, I want you to hit me up with your comments in the comments below. Get liking, get commenting, get sharing. And, of course, subscribe to youtube.com/AdamMcKola. I'm just over 120 away from 40,000 subscribers. And as soon as we get there, I will set us a new target to meet. Tomorrow, I will have more Manchester United content for you. And I will have this whole Pereira, will he, won't he, go on a move to Valencia stuff cleared up as well, hopefully. So keep it locked to youtube.com/AdamMcKola. Keep subscribing, keep sharing, keep commenting. And for now, guys, you lot have been absolute legends. I have been Adam McKola, and I am out of here.